Here we go. What up, D World? All right, this is a potluck. I don't know what we're gonna call this, but it's just a potluck because I've been grabbing everybody that's been in our quarantine vicinity, which is me, your boy, my lovely wife,
the pimp.
That's funny. My younger brother and his wife. So I said, y'all, we were just gonna throw this up in the air and just kind of figure out what we were gonna talk about because there was a bunch of things. I mean, we had a bunch of topics that we were talking about, and I didn't feel like grabbing the camera because it would make the conversation less organic.
Couldn't reach it.
Okay, so he got jokes. Yeah, my bank account it can reach though. Let's just say that. Like anyway, no. Anyway,
I look good in that shit.
Man, she was having an asthma attack because that shit was so tight.
It's some muscles.
It's
a fitting.
It was a
motivated.
It was a medium.
What happened when you tried to do the pull up?
I couldn't.
Okay.
I don't have no upper body strength. I will confess that.
As you can hear, we were doing a bunch of stuff.
What she talking? She talking about a medium shirt.
You had on a medium.
See, she is talking to see just like that guy said.
That
Ozark
shirt came from Baby Gap.
You couldn't say certain words.
It came from Baby Gap. That shirt came from Baby Gap.
See, I got jokes. I know.
It wasn't Kirk Franklin Small, but my bad. Kirk, you my boy. Anyway.
Okay.
No, we just been talking about a lot of stuff. You know, one topic was the N word. The other, we were just talking about just a bunch of stuff, and I just want to just come on just for a few minutes and just kind of kick it with the crew and see what everybody wanted to talk about. Because she gonna try to lay in the cut and not say nothing, but I'm gonna ask our educator.
What time is it?
I'm gonna ask our educator all the way on the end over there. Just y'all throw out some stuff,
I don't have
And now the one that always doing the talking, my younger brother Rogers, right?
No, had nothing.
Everybody quiet.
No, I can talk. I can talk.
You can talk.
Okay.
You said throw something out there.
I mean,
Raj. No, we gonna let her because I
really don't have anything. I'm trying.
There's a bunch of stuff that
I
we
got
can
to bring
talk
about
about.
her.
We could talk about the COVID-19 issue
too much of that.
as it relates to education. We could talk about how it may be affecting some of our finances. It's just a bunch of stuff. So I just wanted to know what you guys wanted to talk about, or just and this is once again, this is not a long drawn out thing. This is just us, just kind of throwing some stuff out. Besides, I haven't done anything in a couple of weeks, for different issues. But I just wanted to kind of just throw something on the channel, so you guys can just hear us talk, etc.
Yeah, because they need to see me. They need to see me.
Get close.
And as you see, your boy got the beard grown in. Looking all
trying
luscious.
to be like younger brother.
Looking all luscious.
Trying
But
to be like younger
as you
brother.
can see, without grooming, my beard
Whoa.
is a little bit more.
Grooming.
Without grooming.
Without grooming? That's what we're going to do?
Now, I did dye my hair.
And?
No, ain't no and. Oh. Okay, look, this Bama cut my hair.
I gotta be a Bama. Okay, you right.
Okay,
you right.
He cut my hair. Okay.
Okay. What happened when your wife saw it, man? You saw heart emojis. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
He
No.
Yeah. No. The heart emoji was
Yes.
because I love him. It had nothing to do with that haircut. That haircut wasn't that special.
Oh, yes, it was. She was like, oh, she's hot and bothered. She had to drink a nice cold water. She don't even drink water. She was like, whoa, Lord. What she kept saying the whole time? Is it hot in here? Is it hot in here? Oh, did you not?
No, go get that Schmiedium shirt.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Go get the Schmiedium shirt.
I'm just
and
saying.
then it had the nerve to have a 6-pack. You got a 15-pack. You ain't got no 8-pack.
As long as, I ain't even going to talk about that. I ain't even going to talk about that.
Okay, so get
talk
off the
about
haircut because it wasn't that special.
We're going to see when he get the haircut again.
It
Y'all already going to
wasn't
see. As a matter of fact, I told him to do a a video about that. Me kind of said, you know,
Yeah,
Why is it
actually,
always about you?
yeah.
it's not. I said do a video about him getting his hair cut.
But you led into it with, oh yeah.
Yeah,
and
I mean his younger brother is cutting his hair. It's just
Oh my
I
God,
just
you cut his hair once.
and he gonna let me cut
Oh,
it again.
now, yeah, wait a minute. Y'all see the shirt? I don't know if y'all can see and make that out. It says psychopath. I was at the gas station, and this older guy came up to me. He said, "No, I don't believe that, young man. That's not true. That's not true about you." And I mean, now, I'm not gonna say people that read. I ain't gonna say that. But if you read what it says, it's not psychopath. It's psychopath. It's the journey, not the person. But he was so adamant, and I get his passion. He was trying to tell me, "No, you ain't crazy, bro. I know I ain't crazy. Okay, I got a few issues, but I know I ain't crazy. But I'm not psycho." And I just started laughing. Now it was funny because the lady that was ringing everybody up, that's behind, that's in the cash register. She started laughing because she thought that was the funniest thing because she saw insincerity. I was trying to explain to the old gentleman that yeah, it's not me. It's just the journey that I'm on. That's psycho crazy.
Ooh, truly, this is a potluck. Just drop anything and everything in the pot.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well,
What you got?
really don't
And
want to
see-
talk about it, but I am going to talk about it. Is that it was exercise that my wife did today. You didn't want me to bring it up?
Hey, no, this potluck.
I'm just saying, I was in my male provider because I thought I could do it, and she said that women could do it and men can't, and it's a thing where you have to step away like 3 feet. What's it, 3 feet? 3 feet, and then you go in a 45-degree angle. You bring
With
a
your head
table
against the wall.
Yeah, with your head against the wall, pressed against the wall, and you have a chair. Then you bring the chair up to your chest, and then you're supposed to just come up. Just gradually just
Stand
come
up.
up. Yeah. And I tried doing it
Men
like
can't.
5 times.
Men cannot do it.
Yeah. And
Men can't do it, but the women can.
Yeah. I thought that was
My wife said because of the breastises, but that's not true. Yeah, no. Because I acted like I had big breastises,
Oh,
but that didn't work. That didn't work.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something that's hardwired in our brain. That's what I was thinking.
Nah, man.
It did. Yeah, I personally think it's something that's hardwired in our brain that doesn't allow us to do it. But that's my opinion.
So you're not okay with not being able to do it?
Yeah, I'm an exercise.
Now, now listen.
It's
now,
not about exercise.
No, but listen. I am a 2nd-degree black belt, and I was like, okay, put my head, and I went, and I tried it 2 ways. I tried with my knees buckled, and I tried with my knees locked. That chair was like, nah,
Yeah.
bro.
Well, Roger was acting like he was constipated.
Hey, that's what it felt like.
I thought he was about to go to the bathroom.
That's what it felt like, man. Man.
Oh, that was
man.
some kind of special.
Yeah. I
But
tried.
if you go to YouTube and click and go to what was it, Archie Bunker and
Yes, and all in the family.
all in the family, picking up the chair or whatever it is,
Yeah.
you'll see what we're talking about. But it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get the women to speak a little bit more. All right, Kim, really?
Let's just speak on the male ego. How about that?
Wow.
Okay.
Can I get some, please?
Okay, give me
Amen.
up.
Thank you.
Now let the as
For me to
as
say
the
it,
older
yeah.
statesman. Let's just let the record reflect that I have said on many occasions that the male ego is very fragile. It's who we are. However, some of us who are a little bit younger, they don't espouse to that doctrine, and they continually spout certain things that let's just say prove what I'm saying. But the male ego is fragile. That's why typically, I find in my circle, most men don't want to hear about any conquest that their women may have had, whether good, bad, or indifferent, because our egos are just fragile.
Do you agree?
However,
I
the
agree.
when the bros get together, we will talk about X, Y, and Z. Smacking it, flipping it, rubbing it down. Ain't nobody say, "Oh no, see,
Oh, no.
some hot damn."
See,
Oh,
that's
my
the
God.
part. That's the part that I don't understand. If your wife tells you something, your little ego is fractured, broken, confused, and crushed. But if your boys tell you, "Oh man, X, Y, and Z,"
Because your
this,
boys aren't
Okay.
sleeping with your wife
Thank you.
But no.
or your significant other.
No. What I'm saying is, if we tell you guys something as your spouses or your significant other, or
Back
however
in
you
your
do it.
thought days, what you talking about?
No, I'm not talking about. I was never a thought. Let's just get that out in the open and get it clear.
You said thought. I said thoughts.
I was never a thought. Unfortunately,
See,
some of us
look,
were.
look, oh, proper.
Unfortunately,
thoughts.
some
No,
of us were.
I said
and very
thoughts.
well good
And when
at
you
it.
say
Can
thoughts,
I have my
your
piece,
tongue
please?
sticks out your thought. Look.
I'm done.
Thoughts, not thought. Thoughts.
Oh Lord.
I'm done.
Okay, now, say you were never a what?
I'm not saying it anymore.
No.
Anyway, I was never that. However, people on the right of me were just, oh God, just a hoe.
Oh.
Did I say that right?
See,
The garden tool.
now there's a
A hoe
difference
is a
between
garden tool.
there's a difference between a hoe and a thought.
Well, both. How about that? Anyway, so if your boys tell, back to what I was
Shade
saying.
and body
So
blows,
if your boys tell y'all, the same thing that we've been telling y'all, or your significant other, vice versa, be it woman or man, and they
About
tell
what?
you about whatever, just a subject that if the wives talk about something, and then your boy will come, you'll get mad at us for saying it, or y'all don't like the way we say it because your ego is crushed. But then your boys tell you the same exact thing that we tell you, and you
It ain't
accept
nothing.
it. It's like, oh yeah, man, like dog, or
Okay,
y'all
I'm
famous
listening.
word ninja. How you gonna just, okay?
Oh, you talking about
I'm
just
talking
saying
about
that?
how your ego, yeah. And
Yeah.
if your boys say, man, this goes in the few,
Coming
y'all
from a
accept
woman,
that,
it's
yeah.
hard for you to
But if
accept.
it's coming from one of us, like your girl, your wife, your side piece, or whatever, then it's an issue.
And
But
it
your
shouldn't
boys
be
say
an
it,
issue if
and it's
coming from
fine.
somebody that you love.
Okay, I'm missing it because I don't know.
Basically, what they saying
Thank
is
you.
that when it comes from them, from their perspective, we don't take it in consideration. That's what they're saying.
Well,
and then
now,
when we hear from someone else,
now, I will. I know, and no, seriously, and she'll have to give me this. I will because I listen to what she says, good, bad, or indifferent. I at least listen to what she says, and then I'm gonna take it in. I don't have to agree with it, but I at least will listen to what she said. Once again, sometimes that comes with age, but it's just a matter of, at the very, whether I agree with it or not, I at least listen to what she says.
You listen.
Wait, hold on. She said,
Don't do that. Put your hands in my face.
my hands are clean.
I don't care. Don't put them in my
Oh,
face.
Lord,
No, you bet. Now, I was about to say, you let me put my.
See, don't.
She let me put my.
Anyway. Stop. No.
Senpai, don't put us in it. The Williamses are all right. The Williams, hold up. We are.
No. I felt like that Medea movie.
Wow.
Medea.
Oh yeah.
Because wait a minute. No, because wait a minute. Because the other night,
Do that. Don't.
I'm just going to say it wasn't my hands,
Don't
but it was
do
another
that.
part of this area that was somewhere.
Oh God,
And she wasn't tripping. Now I go, oh,
I'm done with this show. I'm done.
I'm just-
I'm done. Certain some
This
things
needs to
just
be
don't
edited
put out.
out.
I mean, yeah, it needs to be edited. Some stuff you just
No.
don't say.
Oh.
Now listen, y'all know we've been married for like 29 years. I'm just saying, we've been 29 years. And she gonna be all bougie. Sunday, she just don't say. Listen, listen. I just wouldn't.
There's
There's certain things.
Oh my God.
which is why I love her.
Oh.
Yes, God.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you, Jesus. Because Sister Girl, with her little anointed self,
Oh Lord.
is a friend.
Oh.
I love her so much. And if she try to divorce me, I'm going to be hiding in the bushes like this looking.
Take all
Like-
the money.
And then punch him in the lip.
Right.
Right?
Hey.
Ozark.
Yeah, Ozark gonna punch me in the lip.
Ow.
No, but in all seriousness, because, and this goes off into something else as far as, when, man and wife, y'all get to a point where, because I'm not trying to train nobody else. Okay, don't get tripping off the word train. I'm not training nobody else. We in this till the
You
wheels
already
fall
put in the
off.
work.
Yeah, we in this till the wheels fall off. Because she know if I'm in a mood, I don't want to be bothered. Or if she know if I'm in a mood, hey, I want to be bothered.
What do you mean by the word like train?
When I say, basically, you at a point where you kind of know each other. But and what I'm saying is, there's certain times, and it's not personal, it's not offensive, where I just don't want to be bothered.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to have to answer life's questions, or I don't want to have to deal with situations that may not necessarily need to be dealt with.
Okay.
But it's a
Okay.
matter of knowing who you're with, and the crux of all that, if it's something that I need to handle because she knows who I am,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to handle it. I'm not going to go, I don't feel like being bothered. Let me just deal with it. No. Okay. If it's an issue, what do I need to handle? How do I need to handle it? And then we can just go from there. But if it's like, I just had a day, because like I was telling her about this Peter patient that I had the other day. I was like, and I just didn't really want to be bothered with no foolishness, or what I perceived as foolishness. And she was like, she give brother a pass, all right. Anything she needs to take care of, she'll take care of. But anything that needs to come between us, she lets me know about it. But it's just a point where, when you get to that stage where, okay, it's not, if you have a disagreement, or if we have a disagreement, it's not, she's right, I'm wrong. It's, okay, this is what's bothering me.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's bothering me. How do we come to a point where, even if we don't agree with each other, how do I get to a point where she's satisfied that at least she knows I heard her, and I'm going to do everything I can in my power to not make her feel the way she's feeling, or I'm not doing what makes her feel a certain way. So it's that thing, and it's reciprocated, because once again, I don't want to make her feel bad. I don't want it to be one-sided. I don't want her to feel like it's just my way or the highway. It's a matter of, it's, reciprocation. That's why, this was like, years ago, I told her, I said, listen, I have to be able to talk to you. I have to be able to tell you if it was a situation. Now, because I ain't never deal with drugs in that situation where it was, it caused me to, be into drugs or, violence or anything like that. And I'll be honest, my thing at one point was a lot of women. But I had to get to a point where, you know what? For whatever reason, I was attracted to that situation. Or I was mad at this situation, or whatever the case may be. I have to have somebody who can cover me, or who at least can say, okay, listen, all right, I'm, right, wrong, or indifferent. I had to have somebody who can be a soundboard, and I can't go to my boys, because a lot of times with that, you don't get wise counsel, or they just tell you, what we do sometimes as men is just kind of suck it up. But I had to get to a point where, listen, this is what's going on with me. Now, I'm not trying to, no sugarcoat it, but I don't need you to hold that over my head too. Because a lot of times as men, we don't like confrontation at all. Period.
As far as like with a woman.
Yeah, we don't like confrontation.
Yeah.
We try to,
I try
to quell that.
Yeah.
If it's a dude, it's gonna go one or two ways. We either gonna compromise, or we gonna throw them things,
roll
or
them sleeves up. That's what I'm gonna do.
or whatever. But and when it comes to women, we don't want that confrontation because we don't want that smoke as it goes with that relationship. So
I agree.
I
try
had
to
to
avoid all kinds of smoke.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
All
Yeah,
kinds.
we don't want that.
I still be seeing little fires everywhere.
That's a good show too, by
Yeah.
the way.
What a
Shout
tacky
out.
plug.
Oh, but that was cool though. That was cool. I'd be like, man.
But that right there, we had no idea, or we weren't even talking about that. But besides that, anybody else want to interject besides Raj?
Are you sure? Because you just was taking over. I mean,
It's called the Wayne. It's called
I know. I realized that, but dang.
Mm-hmm.
Can you breathe now? Jesus.
She make me want to suck her big toe. When she do that, she like.
Will you please stop?
No, I just looked down. I was like, ooh, I just want to bite my
Stop.
big toe.
Stop. Just stop. Can somebody
I'm biting my
else,
lower lip too.
please?
So I'm serious.
Something.
You should know that is still there. It is still there. It's still there.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I seriously.
Actually, be 30 in August.
This was not planned. I looked down. I saw her ankle. I was like, oh, I should just bite her.
Like they got lotion on them.
Jergens.
Yeah.
Two big bottles.
Yes.
So yeah, man. So since everyone has talked,
I gave
but
ego. And they went all the way.
So,
I know,
okay,
it went from
okay.
ego to sex.
Yeah,
How did
that's what I'm saying.
happen?
I gave a topic
Oh
and
my
it went
God!
way
Stick
out
to
there.
the topic.
So
Okay.
what?
I'm saying as far as how do you deal with my ego? Let's
Bruh.
talk about that.
She broke out with bro.
How long do we have?
Oh.
No.
We got all night.
Oh man,
No.
God.
How do I deal with it?
be honest.
I just go with it. I just have to.
Yeah,
I can't. There's no right way to go with. There's no right way.
it's no right way.
No.
Interesting. It goes with that
every
nurturing
time.
nature in women.
Every time it's something different.
It's
I know
it's
you
an
have
overbearing.
Yes.
All right, switch subject.
No.
we had that.
Ask me a question.
Oh,
You
man.
out there now.
And another thing.
You out there now.
But I know that about you. So that's what makes it not easy to
It
deal
makes
with.
it work, baby. It's like, all right, let me stop talking.
It just makes it in a way that I am able to handle it and check you at the same time. But
Oh, and she does check him. That's funny.
Here we go.
She
And-
she does check him.
it's but you can be over the top with your ego, and then
I can be.
and
yes.
then it is two different ways that you're displaying, one with your boys and then one with me.
Yes,
So
that is
I
true.
have to be able to filter that.
Yeah.
And how well do you filter it though? Seriously.
Some, huh?
So now it's about to be therapy.
Sometimes I'm good. Sometimes I'm good. It depends on whether I want to really talk about it, and then we'll really sit down and we'll go in and talk about it.
Yeah.
And then it just opens up a whole lot. And we see more. I see his side, he sees my side, but the ego can be tamed. Yeah.
And that's
Carol
why I say-
Baskins.
Look at the chick.
But that's why I say it's very important if you're not Kim, lean in like I told you to.
Sorry.
See?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
She's like, I'm
No.
done.
Oh, you're asking me to talk.
Got that out. Ooh,
God.
okay.
No, but honestly, I just think it's important if, especially when you come with contention, it's not, I'm right, and, that's it, I am the universe, et cetera, like that. But I think it has to be, because it's a genuine concern if I'm not meeting her needs, or it's a genuine concern if she has an issue and, my God, my makeup, what, as men, what can I do to fix it? Because that's what we do. We want to fix it.
Yeah.
Right, but
But-
we don't need that.
Right. But, and here's the
A
thing,
lot
too,
of times
I
they
had
don't
to tell,
need that.
No, because I had to tell her, listen, I am not your girlfriend.
But
please
it's
talk.
not about being
No.
That's
But
true,
I was
Dwayne.
like,
I agree.
I was like, please talk to your sister Robin.
Nah, Dwayne.
Because there's a here, and I'm just saying, y'all can give me your feedback. I'm just saying because there are a lot of times when she's talking, and it's a matter of her just venting. It's not a matter of me fixing it, but a lot of times it can be resolved by her talking to her good girlfriends. But I'm gonna let y'all chime in.
It's not about.
It's not. No. I think we're about to say the same thing. It's just not about talking to your girlfriend.
Yeah.
We're not asking for you to fix it, and we know that's your nature is to like save the day, fix it, be the rescue. Oh, there's a problem. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Y'all have it ready to go within no time. That's not why we are sharing what we're sharing. And a lot of times we just need to get it out and just talk.
And they just want to hear from
And
you.
I know my girlfriends are gonna be there.
She just said
All right.
I know my girlfriends are gonna be there in a way that I need them to be there, but there's more to it when your own husband, significant other can sit there and just listen to you.
Well, I and you're absolutely right, and I totally agree. I think that with us, I have to tell him, I don't want you to fix it. I don't need you to fix it. I just need you to listen to it. I need you to vent. So don't try to figure out how to fix it because I don't need you to fix it. I just need you to hear what I have to say, and that's pretty much it. I don't want you to do anything.
And when we need something to be fixed,
then I'll say, like I need you to do X, Y, and Z.
And then y'all don't fix it like we are asking.
Yeah.
It's like
Or,
y'all.
no.
They
I was
went
saying no,
their way.
and see, and I was just about to say we fix it the way we think it should be fixed.
But that's
not
not
their
helping
way.
us. That's not helping.
I think you should ask us how you want it to be fixed.
Right.
But you can't ask us to fix something and then say, okay, we need to fix it the way I want. The goal is, was it fixed? If it wasn't fixed, now we need to address why wasn't it fixed. But if it was fixed,
yeah, but it can be fixed, but it can be fixed not the right way because it
No,
can be like if something happens. Okay, hypothetically,
work or something.
if something happens at work and I say I need you to fix this, but this is how you got to
witch
fix it.
slap somebody.
No, but this is how you have to fix it in order for me to keep my job. This is how you have to fix it. So you can't just fix it any old kind of way or the way that you think it should be fixed. There are directions and instructions on how to fix the issue because you go running up there pimp slapping somebody. Now I got to go get bail money. We got to go to court. The person is, and then I'm losing
that
my
problem
job.
is resolved.
And that,
It
creates more.
No, that
it's
problem is
more
resolved.
pressure for
Now
me.
it's gonna
The problem
create
can
some
be
other
resolved.
stuff.
The problem can be resolved how y'all are solving it, but if the shoe is on the other foot and we did the same thing at your job, you're not gonna like how we fix
That's
something.
true too. Now,
So,
no.
But the
In all
problem is
seriousness,
solved.
no, but that's true.
Exactly.
The
And
problem is solved.
No, and
Because
I
when
don't.
y'all come and tell us something about wherever or whatever, our nature
'Cause-
is to fix
Yeah,
things too.
no, because I remember there was an issue because it basically, and I, without saying a whole bunch of stuff.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Listen,
I'm gonna be quiet.
I'm just saying.
Man up.
Ask a question.
Man up, bro, man up, man up. No,
But
but
if it
no,
hurts you,
check this out. Because
say
in a nutshell, what
Problem
happened
solved.
was we were on vacation and I got a call from work and it was asked of me or requested of me to come back. But where we were, because we were on vacation, we were like 4 hours out. So I made the wrong, and I said that wrong. I said to her, so don't be up there going, yes, girl. No, shut up. Mind your business. I said I made the wrong decision to go back home so I can take care of whatever issue was. And there were other people who were capable of taking care of the situation. Don't be over there co-signing, Kim. Shut. He's a work in progress. But how it affected my wife so much. Like, I remember I'm working and she came up to pick me up back when we only had one car. And I saw her in there talking to the office manager. And this is what I did, because I saw her. She was like, all I heard was this. And I was on vacation and I can never get that back. I turned around. I went back to go take care of my patient. But it made me think, like, hold up, I took something away. I took something away from my wife that she wanted to do. And after that, I never did that again. Now, there were times when over a weekend or whatever the case may be, but I curtailed certain things, but I never did that again because I saw how much it affected her, and I saw what she was. Now, I ain't scared of much. I'm really not. I don't like clowns. Don't judge me. Shut up. Don't judge me. I don't like clowns. But I ain't scared of much. There's not too much I'm scared of. And but when I saw that interaction, I saw how much it affected her, and it was like, okay, I'm not doing that ever again.
But she also probably listened numerous times to you come home and say things. And so that's why you didn't ask her to fix anything. You didn't say,
Sister Girl fixed it.
I understand.
Everybody knew. No,
that's
hold
just
up.
like us sharing.
We ain't doing that again.
But you listen, and that's what we're asking you to do. Yes, sir. You have something
I
to
say?
say.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'll listen.
I can speak now. I can speak.
You
I
can speak
swear
now
to
to
you.
it.
Yeah.
All right. No, what I'm saying is that I'm just looking at it from my perspective, okay? And I'm just looking at it from just not being his brother, but as in part like being a man. I don't think that Dwayne intentionally meant to do that.
Oh,
I
I
think-
didn't.
And that's the thing,
But I didn't think about the
But hear
big
me out.
picture.
I know, and a lot of times it's like I know that we get that from our mother. Like we are providers. Like we're going to do whatever it takes to provide. And slowly but surely, like I'm learning that as well. Like sometimes it's about that time being spent with your significant other. Because I remember one time where me and Karen, we went on this timeshare, and they said, "What's the one thing that people always want?" And the one thing that people want is time with your significant other. And the thing is that when you don't get that, that's when your relationship and everything like that becomes unhealthy. But as guys, we try to
Keep going.
make time for everything. And our thing is that if we work, we take care of y'all. That's the way that we look at things.
In your mind.
I
know. That's right.
That's
In
what
your
I'm saying. So, in the sense that I get it, like in Dwayne's mind, he's like, "Look, I need to make this because my wife needs."
It's not all about you. It's a partnership. You have to realize that all of the inner workings of it. Yes, you feel as though you want to take care. That is your position. Great. But also, how is this marriage? How is the partnership going to work? If you're just focused on I'm providing, something else is lacking.
Yes,
you're not providing.
Because what most men think is that if I'm providing, okay, shut up and be quiet because I'm providing.
Yeah,
but
okay.
they don't. No,
I get it.
See. Okay.
I got.
Well, shout out to Will Smith because he said something on Jada's Red Talk.
Yeah, Red Table Talk.
Red
Yeah.
Table Talk.
Which is a good. Yeah, that's good.
Will
Shout out to
Smith,
Jada and Will. And he said to her that he was so busy thinking that he was building a life for them outside of the home. And he was so busy building a life for them that Jada was at home unhappy. Because he was building a life for her. But the life, and then she said the life that, and it made sense. Because the life that he was building was for Will. It wasn't for Jada.
Yeah.
It was for him.
Mm-hmm.
I got this. I got that. And it wasn't for her. None of it was for her. And then finally, when she finally said something to him that made him go and think, well, wait a minute, hold on. I did this for you. And when she said to him, when she said to him, you didn't do this for me. You did this for Will. And he said at that moment, something clicked in his mind that, yeah, he's going to provide for her, but he's still going to provide for her, meaning that he was still going to provide his time for her, the shared things that they would do to her while he was still providing the income for the family.
Push that aside.
And so you're right, you can't just push it aside. But when he said that, it made sense and it clicked.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are providing, but you still need to provide at home.
Oh,
We still need that time because I tell Dwayne all the time, you can take a pair of shoes back, you can take some clothes back, you can take some dishes back, but you cannot get your time back. You can't. Once it's gone and it's over. You will never see it. Right. You'll never see it again.
The experience, I'm all about it.
Exactly.
You're supposed to live in it.
Yeah. And so when he said that, it just made sense. And when you just said that, it made sense to me.
Yeah.
But
it's not intentional,
gotta,
but
but you gotta think
be
it
aware.
through.
You gotta be aware.
You know,
who is this for? Is it
for us, or is it for me, or is it to satisfy the person that you're doing it for?
Am I feeling good about it because I'm doing it, or are we gonna feel good about this because I did this for us?
So you got to look at where the outcome is at all of that, because you still got to keep your spouse or your significant other. You still got to keep them happy, and you still got to spend that time, and you still got to do what you need to do for your family.
Right.
Because while you're building outside, Ricky gonna be building inside for you because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, or
right. And here's the thing to that too. It's reciprocal.
Exactly.
If you have a virtuous woman who will say, because this goes, the coin flips, or the scenario flips so many different ways, where oh, this Negro trifling, and not race based. It could be, it doesn't matter, but this person's trifling.
Yeah.
They're not trying to take care of their family, or he's taking care of his family, but he's always doing X, Y, and Z. But if you have a virtuous woman who's wise enough to say, "Hey, listen, babe," not browbeating, not throwing shade, but trying. Because here's the thing: I always tell people, you can build a man up, you can tie his hands behind his back, but if you build a man up, he will build the Great Wall of China with his hands tied behind his back. If he has to do it with his mouth, piece by piece. But if he has somebody who in his infrastructure who has his back, a man will do anything. But it depends on that woman that's behind him, that person that's behind him, that's, reassuring and building him up. If that's happening and that balance is in place, that's where she gets what she wants, he gets what he wants as a provider, because, we have to do. As men, it's just in our DNA. And here's the thing. Well, my man ain't doing nothing. If he hasn't found out his purpose, if he hasn't found out who he is as a man, then what happens is he goes to drugs. He goes to violence. He goes to other women. There's so many different veins that go into that scenario. That's why we see so much different things going on in the community as it relates to what it is to be a man. So it's a reciprocal thing. If you have that, and once again, these pieces have to meld. Because you'll have some women who want their man to be a drug dealer, or who's in that lifestyle, so that's what they gravitate toward. Whatever the scenario is, if you have somebody who has your back, it makes a huge difference when you go out there to handle whatever you got to handle. Because, and I told my wife it was hard. I'm a little bit harder on our grandson than I am the girls. There was an issue. My oldest daughter, locked out the apartment. I called the locksmith. I paid for it. Just took care of it. But if that was my grandson, I'd be like, sir, you don't have the money in your bank? Okay, so you need to pay me that money back ASAP, because you can't get in your house. But once again, it goes back to that double standard, about how dads treat their, etc.
We do.
We do. But the point that I'm alluding to is that as that couple, if you find that sweet spot, that balance, sometimes, she might be the prayer. Sometimes she might be the provider. Sometimes she might be X, Y, and Z. Then other times, but it's a balance that takes place. And it's not that
ego goes away, so that it can be a balance.
Right. And it's not that she's doing all this and you doing so little, or he's doing all this and you're doing so little. It's a balance that takes place.
But there are some men, maybe a handful. This is not a blanket statement because I don't know everybody's business, but there are
anybody's business.
There are issues where some men don't want to have their wife or significant other in the marketplace, and they don't want them to make more than he does.
Oh.
And then that becomes an issue all by itself because some men think that I'm supposed to be the breadwinner, so I'm supposed to make the most. My take on that is, as long as it's coming into one place, it doesn't matter who's making more, who's making less. As long as it's one, right? And everybody's happy with what they're doing, and your money's in the bank, and you can see the money, the bank account rise. I don't think that. I mean, and I've never been a man. I've been a woman all my life, a girl, a woman, a baby all my life. So I didn't tell you about that. We got to talk.
We ain't got to talk about nothing.
And
No wives or
Because my brother gonna get on the phone like, okay, my brother needs a lawyer.
So anyway,
we doing a YouTube channel. So, yeah, you just found out some info.
What that D stand for?
I just think that should not be an issue, but it is in some instances. In some places,
I mean, it can be intimidating. It can be intimidating.
Now, I'm just gonna say for me,
can be.
Hold on, because it's important that when I say this, because my wife makes a lot more money than I do, but because of our dynamic, because she doesn't lord it over me, it's not like, well, I make the money, we gonna do X, Y, and Z. Once again, it goes back to the wisdom of the woman.
Yeah.
She knows, because there's certain things that I told her that she was going to do or that we were going to do if she listens to me, that we've done. Because I told her that she was going to be doing X, Y, and Z, and she was like, okay, yeah, okay. And then when it manifested, she was like, okay, hey, all right. Little man got something going on. He about that life.
But I think that in some relationships,
for some. But no, because I remember that one couple that we knew, that she was making all this money. He was making little to no money. He made her quit her job.
Oh, I ain't doing that.
Now,
I ain't doing that.
This is what I said to him. I said, Negro.
I mean, that would definitely work harder.
No, but I said, work harder, but I said, Negro, okay, listen.
That wasn't smart.
No, I said, you are in this situation, but your woman can cover everything plus some. Dude, you stupid. So now you getting evicted. No. Now you getting evicted from your place. Now, because you my boy, we're going to let you stay with us for a minute until you figure out what you're going to do. But that was stupid. Man, you need to handle your ego. But once again, for some men, it's an issue. It's a thing.
I mean, like I said, it could be intimidating. It can be.
Well, why is it intimidating? Because if you're, okay, when you get married, now I'm trying to get deep and spooky, but when you get married, the Bible says you become one.
One, yes.
So that means one of everything.
But like I said, when like you're a guy is also a provider, and if
but why is that the providing part?
Because that's what men work hard towards.
Okay,
like
work hard towards it, but if I make more.
Yeah, but like
matter.
I just say it can be intimidating.
Right.
For me,
is it?
No.
True. I told her she could. No, I
has
know
it ever been?
Yeah.
But this is what I said. I told her.
But
I said,
but the thing is, like whenever like him like needed me for things or this, that, and the third, I just had the mindset like if something happens, I know I can still cover her.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, like I mean, it's been times where I had to like really like check myself because it was just like I really wasn't making a lot, but I could do me and then Najee and then some daughter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now I make more, but it bothered me a little bit because like every time she had to pull out her credit card and
that's
that was just a thing. It was just like, man, like nah, it's us. It's us. It's always us. It's never me, it's us. And I'm like, nah, man, like I'm gonna work hard. I'm sorry.
No,
this is killing but that's how it was. It was always, like I had to like really like get over that because, I got tired of just having her pull out her card all the time. So,
But now here's the interesting thing because like I told my wife, I said, I don't care if you Oprah, you gotta be Stedman. Now we married, so I ain't gonna be Stedman, but I'm gonna be Stedman. You making more money than Stedman,
Being a house guest.
right?
Yeah.
But she never lorded it over my head, like because it's it's my money. We go do X, Y, and Z. She had enough wisdom to say, okay, this brother got no. He at least has my best interest at heart.
Was it always like that though?
Yeah, we never.
Money was
that
never,
was what. Yeah, that was
never
that was
an
the
issue
thing.
for
That
us.
money was
Oh,
never
really?
an issue. Yeah, that was never an issue. Yeah, but
It's
it's one.
whoever made money. Let's work with what we got and keep the train moving. Even if you had to put 2 picks on the track to keep the train going. That's what we did. We made it work.
Wow.
We made it work. It wasn't a matter of who had the most money. It was like, okay, we got this money now. We got to do X, Y, and Z, and let's get it done. And whatever is left is what's left. And that's how we did it. And we've been doing it for 30 years now. So, I mean,
I remember, and like I said, I told Gwen, I don't think about like some of the hard times because I literally get emotional because it's like when you go through so much and you don't think you can make it, but because you stubborn and because you trust the word of God or whatever that situation is, you just trust it. And it's like, you start seeing the manifestations of certain things, but it's like, I remember when, that's why I'm not tripping. If my wife want a 745 Li or whatever BMW, if that's what she want, if she want a Range Rover, because nobody was there. Yeah, nobody was there when we had that little sky blue station wagon with the Flintstone holes in the floor. Nobody was there when we had that. Nobody was there when we were struggling. I remember one time. That's why I say I try not to think about it because I literally get emotional because we had we didn't have a lot of food in the house. This woman go in the kitchen, she grabbed some oodles and noodles, and she throws some eggs and some other stuff. Now, I like my oodles and noodles wet, but once again, we were just recently married, so she didn't have that whole scenario. No, yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, now I like my oodles and noodles wet. I like it. I like my stuff like pho. I like pho. Hey, yeah, that's right. Go ahead, turn it off. But anyway, I like my stuff like that. But she likes hers more dry. But this woman went to the kitchen when we didn't have much. We got 2 girls we got to feed plus us, and she goes in the kitchen and she makes a meal that we all full off, and it holds us over until we got paid. But
what she did, what Jesus did.
So,
pray.
but like I said, that's why I don't think about certain things like that because I remember where we came from.
That also humbles you too, Dwayne.
It does.
It does.
It does.
But that's why I don't trip because I see where we came from, and and see my wife and I, we're like polar opposites. And I'm trying to get her to be more like me, and she's trying to be more like I'm trying to be more like her. Where I'm like Gone with the Wind. I don't give a care, and that's not what I wanted to say. But because I'm so anointed, I'm not going to say what I really want to say. I really don't care about public opinion, and she cares about what people think to a certain degree now. But we just need to. It needs to. I need to care more about what people think. She needs to care less about what people think because because you weren't there,
right?
You didn't see. So if she flaunting her Range Rover or BMW or whatever,
some people will
if you say something crazy, see, I ain't quite that safe. I will slap you. Don't her because she my ride or die. She been with me through. No.
People are always going to talk. That's what I realized. People
you know what? And I'm realizing that now because people going to talk if you do. People going to talk if you don't. So they're going to, you preach too long, you preach too short. Mm-hmm. We stand too long, we don't stand long enough. Y'all, because I know that like before we got the house, we said if somebody needed some help, we would help them. And we said that simply because when we needed somebody, nobody was there for us. So we had to do what we had to do. We spent nights in hotels. We spent nights at this person's house, and we didn't have the help. So when we said whenever we get a house, we're gonna do a lot of socializing, and if somebody need us, we're gonna be there for them. And God has held us to that word. I promise you, He has. Because the front door is like a revolving door, but at the same time, when people do leave, they have what they need when they leave. And so, and God has been keeping us blessed because we've been doing that. And so.
Now don't be calling talking about, hey, can
no,
I stay? No, because I got
room
no.
in the
The shed, I just got to go call the guy, and we got we got a shed. You good?
No.
I might have to get a AC unit.
Yeah, right.
So don't get no bright ideas.
Right. Like I said, and it's just amazing because the extra room is for them when they come, whenever they.
Thank you.
It's them. So
Or
we don't
whomever,
have-
you know.
or whomever, yeah. And so I just think that where we came from, where we were, and where we are, and where we're going are all sequential to what we're doing, like right now. So I think that that people need help, and sometimes people don't ask for it, but you know they need it, and so you do what you can to help people, and that's where we've been. Like, to the house, just treat the house properly, and we won't have any issues. So, but I just think that people need help, and you gotta help them because we know what it's like to not have, and then now we have an abundance of what we didn't have back then to what we have now. Just barely being able to meet the rent. Now we got mortgage that we overseed the mortgage. We could do
But
2
that's
months
also
we could do 2 months mortgage in 1 month if we chose to. So we chose to do the principal on it to get rid of the mortgage.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, from
That's
where we
also
were, from rags to riches, that's what
Yeah.
I'll call it. Because that's literally what it was.
But I also think that I think that y'all believed in God's word more than, people say. Like, y'all actually did it. A lot of people don't, believe in His word. They'll hear it, but they don't put it into action. And so that's what, like, me being on the outside looking in. Well, does it ever wrong?
No, you said it right.
Okay, yeah.
I looking in.
Yeah. I didn't see everything, but I saw enough. And I saw how much that y'all stayed committed to each other, even when times were hard, even when, y'all would bump heads. Like, y'all always, like, was still one. And that's one thing, like, I always, like, admire when I would come over and I would just see just y'all, when LaDonna was over there with Judd, and just like everybody always needed a job because y'all believed in each other, so that's what I saw. And that's what me, yeah.
Most important part.
Yeah. And we try. We try to we don't always hit the nail on the head.
No,
and we
trust
don't
me.
always
It ain't
cross
perfect.
every
No,
I,
it's
dot
not
every I,
perfect.
cross
You
every
can't
T.
test the nail, man.
So we're not always
You gotta reach.
we don't
See,
always
he
hit
always
the
on some short
jackpot.
stuff.
but we do what we can. We live repenting lives because and we just do what
That's
we can.
deep. I like that.
We do what we can because we're not perfect. We're far from it, but we understand each other. I've in this quarantine, I've learned new things about you that I didn't know at first. I've learned some really new things that has been a revelation and an eye opener to me. And even as it regards to Kim and Raj, I've learned something new about them. It's like every day I see something different, or I notice something different, or they do something different. It's like, wow.
Yeah, he thinks he's the ultimate grill master.
I was gonna say
the
that.
boy, no, the boy is fire, but he think he the ultimate. He think that's it. He top shelf.
Pull up. That's all I'm gonna say.
But like I said,
6 feet though.
I mean, it is after, yeah.
Stay distant.
Hey, look, hey,
Nah.
Tori, if you looking at this, you know I'm coming for you.
Oh God! But I just think that
Blah.
this quarantine it did a lot. It did a lot. We didn't used to eat dinner at the table.
Right, that's
We
true,
would
yeah.
eat in the room, and
That's
I would
true.
be at the table.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
now we're at the
We
table.
kumbaya like almost every day.
Yeah,
like-
yeah. We I didn't know that Kim liked to cook, so she's been taking over the kitchen. So she loves to cook. So
And don't go in the
Someday.
kitchen trying to help her.
you
Some
know,
days.
that ain't a good idea.
Some days.
I tried
See
that.
now, see.
Really?
She
I-
gave me a compliment,
Why
and then
did
you
you
got
do
to
shade, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Shade.
My ego
Sit
just
back.
got okay. You know
Sit
what?
back.
You're
Crush
right.
your ego, bro. Sit
Okay.
back, relax.
Kim likes to cook
likes
in
to
the kitchen.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
You
and she
made
gets
it
a
I'm
little
sorry,
bit
baby.
upset.
I'm sorry.
No, and she gets upset when you go in the kitchen and try
Oh, don't go in the kitchen try to help.
Yeah,
No.
that's not a good idea. No, not.
You be
not,
quick
no.
with
With a spatula, right?
Uh-huh.
But,
What you gonna do with that?
But it's,
I know
it's
this
been-
your house, but get out.
I know it's been a pleasure. So like I said, I've learned new stuff. Every day I've learned how to readjust my attitude, readjust my temper, readjust what I say.
Here we go.
Readjust what I say and how I
I
say
had
it.
to learn how to readjust my
Yeah,
attitude.
I'm learning how to bite my tongue when I really want to cuss you out. So what I do now is I cut on Shaft and let him do the cussing for me. And so,
We watched it.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
like 10 times
yeah,
so far.
but I have to say that I don't like the fact that people die from it, but I like the fact that it has brought families closer.
And I
especially
think
my
that's
life.
more like with every negative, there's always going to be a positive. Yeah.
And
so.
I think that was mine. It brought me closer to my family. So yeah, I
yeah.
I just want to say one thing.
you've been saying a
No,
lot
no,
of
no.
one things.
No, I just want to say one thing because this is the first time I said it. Let me just say one thing. This was supposed to be like 5 minutes.
Oh God, we like an hour,
And we just been,
Oh wow.
yeah, we just been going in.
because there are issues that need to be talked about, and so I think we kind of touched on every
Yeah.
issue,
Yeah.
and we
Well,
laugh, we
different
joke,
dishes.
and then we got
Right.
Potluck is
different
little
dishes,
different
and
things.
so that's what we did. I mean, you just don't know. Somebody got blessed by this 1 hour here. Somebody was blessed by it to know that you can still laugh and joke, and to know that you can still have a significant other that will hear you, listen to you, and abide by whatever it is that is going on in your life, that you can sit down and talk to people, and that you can be really close to people and love on each other, even though, if we're in the midst of a pandemic and we're in the midst of a quarantine and we're in the midst of a stay in, but you can stay in and get to know the people that you live with. These guys have been here since we got back from Jamaica, because the day we got back, they were like,
Yes,
it's
yeah.
a stay-in. And so they've been here since Jamaica, but it's been a pleasure.
But that goes to family too, because trust me, there's certain people. I'm just gonna say no. I'm gonna say this. No, I'm gonna say it like this. There are certain people that wouldn't have the luxury that they have. And it's only a trust factor. It's only a trust factor. And so if it's not you, don't worry about it. If it's you, then just take it and shut the hell up and you'll be all right. But it's just a trust factor. That is not shade. That is a fact.
That's shade.
That is not shade.
Where is the tree?
Oh, okay, hold on.
D-World,
Those-
y'all know me.
Those
It's
who
not
vote
shade.
for that was shade, raise your hand.
That was shade. We need the tree,
Breezy.
the whole palm tree.
And those who oppose, Dwayne,
Put your tree up.
that's why he's drinking this water.
But I've enjoyed this time. I've enjoyed not having to go in the office, especially. So
That's the one thing I wish I could do. I wish I had a job where I could just kind of get up and just kind of go, you got your little warm slippers on, and
you would be happy with that.
I probably wouldn't. Now,
You
truth be
wouldn't.
told,
No, you wouldn't.
truth be told, I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't. But
You wouldn't.
I'm just saying, it's just like, I don't. The one thing I will say is I don't have to worry about her because she's home. And if
Big bro head.
Yeah.
I mean, little bro head.
Well, with everything going, that's why we went to.
Oh, you
we
said
went.
just in
We
case,
no,
like,
that's
you
why
out
we went and
working.
made that purchase. So if you came in this house and you weren't right, you was gonna get blessed with some fire. But that's another story. Anyway, I was just concerned with people just tripping, and it goes into this whole Armageddon zombie apocalypse type deal where people trying to loot people's houses. I was concerned with that but because I believe in God, and that it was a minor concern, but because my flesh got in the way, that's why we went to the store and got that heat. Because if you come up in here and you ain't right, you will get. Oh no! If you come up in here and you ain't right, you gonna get blessed with the heat.
Well, I would say this on a positive note. I haven't. One thing that I can say is that that God got my back. God got our back. God got all of us. And like the reason why I'm saying is that during this time I'm not working as much as I want to, but all our bills are paid. We're good. Even though my car is in the shop, but I'm able to be take care of my mechanic. Shout out to you, Mike, bro. So
yeah, but and still, even the positive to that negative about the car, you still have a car to drive.
True.
The thing is, it could be that you didn't have any car at all, and you're still trying to struggle to find your way to work. The background kick to that is, no, you may not be working as much as you would like to. However, your wife is still able to support what you're bringing in, and keep y'all afloat.
Yes.
So there's always a blessing in and I'm learning that now. There's always a blessing in something where the devil want to take something, God is giving it back, and so you just gotta see.
Yes.
You gotta see. Like I said, we got this speaking engagement coming up, and I got to talk about revelation, and that was a revelation. There are always the have-nots, but there are always the haves. You may not be where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be. So, yeah.
And I will say this one last thing. I wouldn't be a teacher if I didn't say love on your babies. Love on them. I know it's negative things happening, but this is the time to listen to your kids. Love on your children. Make sure that you are talking to them, listen to them, hear what they have to say. Make sure that you're just giving them your time, giving them your efforts, because they don't get your time. We're always so busy with work. We're so busy with our busy schedules. The kids are back and forth at school. They don't have no time. So now is the time family connect. We've been talking about marriage being connected, but your family and your kids are what's really important too. So they need your time, they need your love, and everything's gonna be all right at the school end, but just love on them at the home end.
Yeah, talk to them. Yeah, have a conversation with your kids.
They have things to say.
Yeah, and
they just want share your calmness, share your strength, share it. You may be scared too, but share that with them and talk to them, because they need to hear from you, not just the teachers. We can't do it all. We can't be there for them like a mother or a father or a grandmother or whoever, aunt, uncle could be. So be there for them. They need that love. They need that moment. They need that from you. When teachers get the kids coming into the classroom, we can feel what they don't get at home. So please love on your babies.
Shout out to the teachers.
Yes.
Shout out to the
teachers. And after this, man, we gonna fight for y'all to give better pay, man, because
y'all need it.
Y'all deserve that.
I can't be a teacher because somebody gonna get slapped.
Ooh, Jesus.
Next week is Teachers Appreciation Week.
Say that one more time.
Plug it. Next week is Teachers Appreciation Week. Plug it.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, it's amazing how children will tell without telling. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't get hugs at home, so coming to where I know I will get it. So I would say, give your kids what you didn't get.
Right.
Give them what you didn't get. And wow. And just love your spouse.
Yes.
Stay true to who you are. Sometimes the grass looks green on the other side, but when you get over there, it's brown. So pay attention to what you're doing. Sometimes the eyes are very deceiving.
All right, D World, listen. We, like I said, we supposed to be on here for like 5 minutes doing like a little quick potluck, and it just went into this whole thing. Basically, I have some other stuff coming up. I got this new camera, y'all. I'm about to do some things with that new camera, and I got a bunch of other things that I'm doing. I got this new crab net. This channel is primarily outdoors, travel, etc. there may be some inserts of who we are as Christians, but for the most part, this specific channel is D's World. Had the pandemic not taken place, I was going to work out something where I could run with the bulls in Pamplona, Spain. But
I would
this
have
channel,
that with you.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Dress up with my little red.
Let's go. This is not just tonight. This is every night.
But this channel is going to show some other stuff going on. And like I said, you're going to see the evolution of my channel. Like I stated in the last video, I'm going to upload the Jamaica trip that we took a few weeks back before the pandemic took place. But you guys, like I say, love you guys. I appreciate your views. Like, share, and subscribe. And remember what I always say. I love you guys and be good to you. D's World, we're out.
Deuces.